Sup, dude? 7 years ago, Draymond Green tried to send a picture of his penis to someone on Snapchat, but he clicked the wrong button and put it on his story. For 10 minutes, that picture of his fully erect, purple-headed yogurt slinger was free for anyone ages 13 plus to see. Unfortunately, I wasn't lucky enough to catch a glimpse of it, so for this video, for research purposes only, not anything weird, I went to Twitter, found it, and analyzed it. To be honest, I was pretty impressed. The dude's got a nice piece on him. The Breakfast Club rated it a 4, which feels really harsh. Like, what's a 10 if that fat hog is a 4? I'd probably give it an 8. It's funny how he was trying to send a picture of his penis to someone, but what's even funnier is he was traveling with Team USA when he did it. He had to wait for his teammates to go to sleep to get a boner and take a picture of it. After the whole world saw his fully erect mayo shooting hot dog gun, there were many different reactions. A lot of people made fun of him, some were scarred for life, some enjoyed it, and there were even people who were pissed off at him, which I don't really get. Like, it's not illegal to send a consenting individual boner pics, unless it's a child, but let's hope Draymond wasn't sexting one of those. Although there isn't much good that can come from showing the whole world your pork sword, there's always that off chance something good does come out of it. Like maybe your crush sees it and asks to suck on it, or maybe you get an opportunity to go pro at sex. Lucky for Draymond, the latter happened. Some adult film exec saw the pic of his meat, liked what he saw, and wrote a letter to Draymond offering him $100K to star in a film called DreZilla. That's like one of the coolest outcomes ever. To have a dude who looks at wangs all day see yours and then compare you to Godzilla is like one of the highest honors. And then to get offered a $100,000 contract on top of that is wild. If my pics got leaked, this would not be the outcome. Not a single soul would be calling me DreZilla, I can guarantee you that. Sadly, he declined, but for obvious reasons. Draymond Green is not making love on camera for WNBA All-Star pay. It's a shame he didn't partake in this side quest because the dude would be a beast in the CBT category. He's a natural. Like I mentioned earlier, there are some people who are upset with him for posting his pee-pee. A good bit of these people were Warriors fans who were just mad he did another stupid thing. Prior to the wiener pic, he was taking part in lots of shenanigans. One of those shenanigans included getting arrested for allegedly slapping a Michigan State football player. To this day, that part of him has stayed consistent. He literally just punched his teammate in the face and stomped on Sabonis. The guy's a silly goose. His tendency to do silly things has given him a bad reputation amongst fans. A lot of people really don't like him, which I mean is pretty valid. I can agree with that. The only thing I don't agree with is when people try to push the narrative that he sucks at basketball and is only successful because of his teammates. Like I said, it's totally fine to not like him, just don't make yourself look dumb by saying he sucks. Typically, people with very limited ball knowledge push the idea that Draymond sucks because they simply can't comprehend the genius of his craft. Allow me to explain. The dude impacts the game in a ton of different ways. The most important one of those ways being his elite defensive ability. Standing at 6'6", 230 pounds, Draymond came into the league as a tweener. He was too short to bang with the big boys and too thick to play on the perimeter. To quote PJ Tucker, there was nothing worse you could be than a tweener. Teams didn't want him because they didn't fit in a role. Although his size was seen as a major disadvantage, Draymond was able to turn it into an advantage. He utilized the fact that he didn't fit just one position and became one of few dudes who could match up with anyone. He could guard a point guard as well as a center and everything in between. This versatility has so far earned him 8 all-defensive team selections, 2 all-NBA selections, a Defensive Player of the Year, and 4 rings. Pretty much every year he gets considered for Defensive Player of the Year. His defensive impact alone makes him a star, but he's still got more to his game. For instance, the dude's another level of passionate and he's basically a coach on the court. His ball knowledge is top tier. There's never a moment where he's not talking and directing his teammates. Although that doesn't seem like much, having a guy like that is very important. It keeps everyone working together as a unit. His high basketball IQ also displays itself when it comes to making plays. Over the last 8 seasons, he's averaged over 7 assists per game. That kind of playmaking from the power forward spot is lethal, especially when Steph and Clay are running around. Besides playmaking, his offensive bag does not include much else. Back in 2015, he could shoot the 3 ball, but he lost confidence with that and hasn't gotten it back. Nowadays, dudes don't respect his shot at all, but who cares? 3-pointers are gay. Something that I find really impressive is in 2022, Draymond's D was so amazing he was voted an all-star after averaging just 7.5 points per game. Do you know how good that D has to be to do that? Insanely good. That all-star selection epitomizes Draymond Green. It's very hard to quantify his value on the court, but if you pay close attention, you'll see the huge impact he has. Just because he doesn't hit off the dribble threes or have any cool scoring moves whatsoever, it doesn't mean he sucks. He's just special in his own way. You know who else gets disrespected a lot? Chris Paul. Bosh. The guy was a beast, yet nobody really gives him the credit he deserves. You can click here to watch the video I made on him. Thanks for watching this one. Hope you enjoyed. Bye, dude.